Hi, welcome to Kim Can Cook again. So in this series, we are talking high tea, how to make the different layers. And today we're going to talk about how to make the bottom layer, which is your sandwich layer. So we're going to do two fillings and hopefully really easy, really quick here. So first of all, we're going to take some salmon. Now, if you have worked with salmon, great. But there's a lot of bones and skin in there that you don't want in this. Now, sometimes you just mush it all up, but that's not nasty. So if you have not worked with salmon and don't know how to clean the bones, get your skinless, boneless. You can get it in the can or in the pouch. These are pink salmon. Of course, I am a bigger fan of red sockeye salmon. So if you can find red sockeye salmon, that's going to be better. Some Miracle Whip. Not mayonnaise. You want this to be a little sweet, and vinegar. Really? And then we're just gonna mix that around to get it all mixed in together. All right, and literally as easy as that. Done. You have got salmon sandwich filling. And according to that, that was 1 minute and 20 seconds to do that. I like a little bit of pepper in mine. Don't really like salt in mine. But you do you if you want that. So I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And I'm going to prepare the next filling, which is going to be a cucumber filling for another sandwich. Now these are just English cucumbers, peeled, sliced thin. That's all you need to do. Now this is just a little extra. If you want fancy looking cucumbers, what you do is you take a fork and just run it down the sides with the peel on, okay, with the cucumber peel on. Okay. So you can kind of see a little bit of that edge. So then when you go to cut your cucumbers, you've got that little bitty kind of fancy serrated edge. Okay, that's just an extra little bonus, but that's not what we want to do with cucumbers today. Okay, bread, literally cheap white bread. Cheap brown bread, either way, just the sandwich loaf. But there's going to be two things you want to do. You want to get, use your good butter. This is not the time for margarine. And if you're not one of those people who put butter on your sandwiches, now's the time to put butter on your sandwiches. This actually is a English tea. And so let's do English sandwiches the right way, which is with butter on your bread. Now, make sure the butter is at room temperature because obviously you need to spread it. And we're going to do both sides. That's just easy. And again, back to the butter. Break out the good butter, not the margarine. This actually happens to be good Irish butter. So it'll have a nice warm dairy feel. All right, so let's do the salmon one first. This is literally, take the salmon, put it on the bread. And you don't want to, we love big sandwiches that's got lots of filling in it. And you have to remember, this is high tea. This is dainty. This is elegant. So you don't have to have it paper thin, but you need to have, you don't have to pile it thick like you would a pastrami sandwich. Okay. And the other piece is you don't need to go all the way to the edges because this is the fancy one where we cut off all the crusts because that's how you do it. You cut the crusts off because there's nothing fancier than a crustless sandwich. So get those crusts going. All right, there we go. Okay, for right now, we'll set that one aside. We've done our salmon sandwich. Now, cucumbers, right? Cream cheese, room temperature cream cheese, so it's very spreadable. All right, so again, we're just gonna spread it on the bread. You don't have to be too thick, but you have to have enough to make sure it gets to all the edges. All right, good, done. Do the other one. And once you get this one done, that's where when you cut your peel and cut your cucumbers, make sure they're very thin, like almost paper thin. And we're going to put them on the bread. So it's a cucumber sandwich. Now, you can do dill on these, which is pretty common. Let's see if I have some dill. I do. I actually have some dill. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of dill. Right, a little bit of dill. But this is where I do get up the salt and the pepper along with that dill. Again, put the other bread on top of it. Again, we're going to cut off the crusts. But then we're not going to stop there. We're going to do something a little more fun again. 2 different things. All right. So let's see. What we're going to do is on the salmon sandwich, we are going to cut on the diagonal, just like that. And I'm even going to cut one again. Now, remember for a high tea, some of your best things and dainties and sandwiches that need to go on there, 2 bites. So you're not going to put a whole big sandwich. You're going to put things on there that come out in 2 bites. So that sandwich, salmon sandwich, was cut on the bias. I'm going to make small sandwich. This one, I'm going to use a cookie cutter. And I'm just going to literally, okay, pop that out. Look at there, just like that. Got a little extra globber on the side. This, I think this one's a dinosaur. You can tell we're probably making mini cookies with that one. But let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes. Oh, almost. Okay, maybe not the greatest, but now I've got a little dinosaur sandwich. So back to our high tea plate. And don't forget, on the bottom, all the sandwiches go on the bottom. And you can use brown bread. You can use one of brown and one of white, different sides, so it has a different look and a different feel to it. But remember, these are just literally little tiny bites. That's all you want on a sandwich for high tea, is just enough for a bite. And so I cut just some edges off of those, but there's always gonna be some leftovers. Oh my gosh. Now, what else could you do? You could do cream cheese with some cranberry jelly in it and kind of make a red mixture that would just go in there. You can do egg salad. Egg salad's a great sandwich filling for high tea. Any of those would work perfectly. So now we've got the sandwich layer done, and we'll continue to work on the other layers. Thanks. This is Kim Can Cook. Take care. Until next time.